Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris here from Ambrosia Buds, and we're back in the weed shed for another episode of the Weed Shed Confessions. I'm actually in here taking out some plants. I wanted to use my GML spectrum tuning light to get more blue light for a couple plants and vegetative, but I'm moving those into a tent inside right now just to throw them in flowering. The new genetics, I don't know how much they're going to shoot up, so I want to keep them a little shorter. That way, once I figure out their genetics, I'll throw some clones here in this alien hydro system. But in this episode, let's get into it because I want to confess a little bit how I feel about the cannabis industry and big business. Let's be real, guys. The cannabis industry is a billion-dollar, industry, and you're seeing, now how everybody's fighting over the taxes, and pretty much, especially in California, they're taxing the shit out of it. But I think my big gripe and the reason I wanted to make this confession or give you guys this info is I think you should grow your own, because my biggest fear, and I've preached this for years and years and years, is I don't want big business doing the cannabis industry and the cannabis quality itself to what they did to food. And what do I mean by that? I mean, guys, when you look at food, like the average head of lettuce is traveling like 1,000 miles to get to your local grocery store, and the food quality sucks. Like, food is literally killing us, and it's better to buy local. It's better to grow your own, and I think a big part of that is true with cannabis. I mean, and it seems like every time you let government and big business, because government is nothing but the biggest business, into something, it corrupts it. It corrupts it and deteriorates the quality, because it's all about the profits then and the taxes, which is just a government theft of profits instead of the passion and the quality. So when it comes to cannabis, I would say grow your own, guys. It's not easy, but I mean, you can get a basic tent set up. I do videos on it, and have Pinterest boards where you can shop and stuff, and it can become expensive like this room here. But overall, and if you're not growing your own, find a local grower. Just stay local. I mean, if more people grew their own food, it would be less of a need for farmers markets. And I was actually thinking about an idea of, like, maybe one day we'll have cannabis markets where it's just open market for like cannabis growers to set up a little tent and booth and sell whatever strain they're doing. And I also look at it too is like the alcohol industry, as far as the prohibition of alcohol, because when you look at how much money that was made after the end of prohibition, that sin tax basically funded the war for World War II. And politicians, they rigged the game. They rigged the game so alcohol would become legal again, so they could get into it and make a shit ton of money. Prime example, the Kennedys. So yeah, I just don't want to see big business destroy the cannabis industry like it has everything else in our society. So guys, that's my 2 cents for the day. Stay green and keep growing.